Hello and welcome to this introductory video of Concourse. Today we're going to be going over 4 different items. We will first talk about how to access Concourse, and then we'll discuss how to add content, how to reorder items, and then the Concourse iconography. So first, to begin with, when you're going to access Concourse, you will navigate to your course in Blackboard and click on the syllabus link. So this should pass you straight through to Concourse, where you'll see your courses listed. You can also just bookmark the Concourse URL for ease of use. So that web address is just angelo.edu/concourse, and you'll just use your ASU credentials if you log in that way. So either way, whatever is easiest for you and goes with your workflow, you can go ahead and do that to get to Concourse. So, all right, now that we are in Concourse, I will share my screen here so you can take a look at it. So you'll see when you click into a course, you come in view mode. So this is the same view that your students will have of your syllabus as well, and also anyone from the public who's accessing your syllabus will come in. You can see my example here is from a biochemistry course. So a couple of things I wanted to point out to you. So our template does have some placeholder text in it, so you will see that kind of throughout the document, and it's just meant to help you out and kind of give you a starting point on some of these things. But you can delete any of them, and I'll show you that in a minute. I also wanted to show you these items that were listed over here in the top right. So these are the labels found throughout the document. So this will help you kind of navigate to a specific section of the document. We cannot relabel these. So Concourse calls them labels, but really they're subheadings within your document. We do not have the option to rename these subheadings. These are going to be the same for everybody across campus. But you do have the option of just not using a whole section. So let's say, the nice thing here using this menu is it will just hop you down to that section of the syllabus. So let's say you had nothing you wanted to put in this additional items section. Then you could just delete that entire section. So that's one way to handle it. So anyway, that view with the labels there, that navigation is only visible and usable when you're in the view mode of Concourse. So once you're ready to start editing, we'll go over here. So now we're in edit mode. And you can see here immediately that I've got some text that's in some kind of like yellow goldish colored boxes. And this is helper text that I've added to our template to help you out and help you figure out what should go in each of these sections of the syllabus. None of this helper text is ever going to be visible to students or anybody else in the public, so it's just intended to be here for you and your use. You will also notice as you start to go through here the iconography in Concourse. So I'll scroll down so you can see this a little bit on the screen. So the pencil over here is what allows you to edit an item, right? The X allows you to delete an item. So if I don't want those, I can just hit that X and it's gone. The green box with the plus allows you to add content that has kind of set form fields, and I'll show you what that looks like. So office hours, I'm going to answer the items in this form field and have it fill that in. So it says when here. I'm going to say, actually this is an odd one, so I'll say office hours, Mondays, 10 a.m. to noon. My office is in Vincent 131. So we'll just go like that. And then you can see right here where it added that information. It would be a little bit redundant to say office hours since we have that subheading of office hours. So if I wanted to go back and edit it, I could just remove that. I don't have to put anything for the when, and now it's just nested under office hours. So you can kind of see how that works a little bit. But to add those office hours, As a new item here, I used this plus sign right here, but to go back and edit it later, I used the pencil. I hope that makes sense. So the new items, I haven't used that. Of course, not all items throughout Concourse use the green plus. That's really for items that where you're kind of filling in that form type of view. So let me show you an example farther down. So with the outcomes for your class, for example, you'll just use the pencil and you'll just fill in this one box right here where it says outcomes. You can also put some information in notes. Notes are also visible for anybody. And comments is where I have put helper text, so that is not visible to anybody else. And so I also just wanted to briefly go over how to reorder items in Concourse. So in the sections that have multiple items, like right here, we're in the grading criteria section. If you wanted the grade breakdown to appear above the grading scale, you have the option here to reorder those items. So you would just use that little the little icon with the arrow next to it to do that. I will point out too that you can only reorder items within a section. You cannot reorder the entire document. So going back to our view mode briefly, this order that the items have appeared in the document that stays the same. So we were just talking about the other sub items that you're adding in those sections. Those are the items that you can reorder, not this. This is to keep with that consistent look and feel across all syllabuses on campus. Okay, and that concludes our video today, and thank you so much for tuning in, and please let me know if you have any questions.